Hello, my name is Rowena Pryor, and today we'll be analysing the advertising campaign Escape that was produced by Rotana Hotels in 2017. To explore the messages behind the advertising campaign, we looked into what the big idea was. In the case of this campaign, it's quite obvious that the big idea was centered around escape. And as the escape has quite a flexible application, many viewers of the campaign would most likely identify with the concept of escape to a certain level. This is highly consistent with the FCB model, which places this campaign as effective since it draws on the emotions of the consumers primarily, which in this case was a need for escape. I feel no recommendations are required for the message portion of this campaign, especially around the big idea of escape, which is the main focus of the advertisement. My only recommendation, which could be a double-edged sword, would be to create a narrative for the message the viewers may feel more invested in, as the current message is quite simple and may not communicate much maturity to the audience. However, this recommendation could also hurt the campaign, as a more simplistic approach may be inclusive of everyone's ideals of escape. We'll be looking at the creativity shown throughout this campaign by exploring the appeals, techniques, and message strategies that were used. The appeal identified within the campaign was transformational, as the ads appeal to the emotions of the viewers. This appeal is appropriate as the target audience of this campaign is aged between 25 to 30 with a full-time job, as the consumer insights identified earlier. Amongst the transformational appeals, the ads also seem to convey emotions such as excitement, pleasure, and joy. The execution techniques used to convey the message and transformational appeal is a mixture of imagery and dramatization. The imagery was most likely used to overcome any language barriers and allow the viewers to invest in the visual story, while the dramatization was most likely used to build a bland enough story for consumers to insert their own fantasies into the campaign. The message types that were implemented was primarily effective, since the campaign heavily leans into the emotional response of viewers, which is consistent. On top of the effective messaging strategy, there also seems to be hints of brand image, since Rotana is inserting itself as a hotel to escape to. There also seems to be reference to brand resonance as the viewers explore already existing emotions. To improve the ad, I would include the hotels and resorts within the imagery to associate Rotana with the positive emotions of the ad. I would keep the tone of the ad subdued so that the viewers can insert their fantasy into the story and explore the concept of their escape while viewing the ads and soon after, and subconsciously communicates to the viewers that while Rotana will facilitate the viewer's escape, they won't control the escape of the viewers. The channels Rotana used to communicate their messaging was YouTube and Facebook. The most prominent reason for this decision was most likely due to cost, as producing and distributing advertisements throughout traditional media can be costly and complicated when advertising to international audiences. By using online platforms, they would have control over who views their advertisements and be able to reach international audiences easier, as the requirements for online media is significantly different, especially in terms of length of adverts. On top of this, it has also been noted that YouTube reaches 95% of Americans aged between 25 and 34, while respectively Facebook reaches roughly 82% of viewers aged between 25 and 34, which is the target audience for this campaign. Some of the advantages to using online platforms such as YouTube include being able to expand digital reach, finding customers with advanced targeting, customized ads, cost-effective campaigns, and measuring ad success using data. Of these advantages, I could see enticing Rotana to use such platforms is cost-effective advertising, measuring ad success using data, and customizing ads based on different users. While I don't have any improvements on the channels used, I do feel if they invested more time and money into data analysis and utilizing the advanced targeting, they may have increased the customer intake and viewership of the ads. There is one major ethical consideration, which is false advertising with potentially dangerous consequences. In Dubai, the dress code for women is quite strict. Women must cover their shoulders when in public areas and are encouraged to dress conservatively. However, on the beaches, women are allowed to wear bikinis but must cover up as soon as they leave the beach. On top of this, signs of public affection such as hugging or kissing are not permitted. The ads, while staying true to the rules of the region, seem to ignore the cultural differences between audiences they're targeting and the region their hotels are located in. As such, American audiences may not be appropriately versed in the dress code of Dubai, and these ads don't seem to educate their audiences on such differences, which could lead to dangerous consequences. Such consequences include being reprimanded by local women and potentially having to explain yourself to police. In both situations, it has been advised to apologize and cover up as soon as possible and never argue.